Hello, everyone. I am Michelle Cooper, owner of Alchemy Accounting and Bookkeeping Services. And this is our weekly interview series called Say Yes to the Mess. I am so incredibly thrilled to have Ronit with me today from Salon Cadence. Hey, Ronit.
Hey everybody, so good to be here. I'm so honored, and I've been looking forward to have Michelle right in front of me because she is amazing and fantastic. Just listening to you, Michelle, I have to say, is just already calming me down and getting me focused.
Oh, good. That's good. That's what we need. That's what we need. So, I created this Say Yes to the Mess kind of series of interviews because in the work that I do with clients, I encourage them to say yes to the financial mess that they have gotten themselves into, to release that shame and guilt and all of that stuff that holds them down like a lead backpack. And
So
you,
true.
I know,
So
right?
true.
And you work with clients in a business coaching capacity as well. And you and I have
Share.
had like shared clients who have gotten themselves into a messy situation sometimes,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
it
Yeah.
happens. Like
Yeah,
there's no embarrassment about it. It happens usually because, well, one, we have some limiting beliefs around our capacity, but also because we're highly driven and we're we're focused on the revenue and building the business, right? And so we ignore the finances. As long as there's money coming in and we can pay the bills, we don't worry about it until the day
yeah,
comes when there isn't, and
right,
then we're
right.
like, oh my god, right?
Yeah, that happens, and by the way, I'm looking straight at the camera, which is right in front of me. So when I'm looking at the camera, I'm looking at you. But sometimes I'm going to cheat a little bit and look right down there, and that's really your face. So, that's kind of like how it works, right? But
Totally.
yeah, the thing is two things. 75% of small businesses fail within the first to fifth year of opening business. As a matter of fact, even big time startup companies that start, they usually fail within the first year and the second year. Most of them don't even make it to be a company. So it's not something that is a special, unique situation to an individual. All of us share it. As a matter of fact, I own three businesses that I went through the same problems that our clients are going through. So it is definitely there. Now there is that 5% that are really thriving in a business, and 20% of that 100% live paycheck to paycheck, which is really sad. When I heard those numbers, I
Yeah.
thought that was insane, insane, and we need to change that. So I joined your bus, and I said, Michelle, we got to change this, and whatever we can do, one business at a time.
One business at a time, right? Like those stats they're significant, right?
Mhm.
Like,
It's sad.
um, and and just to kind of add another layer onto those stats, recently the SBA reported that 90% of those 75% of businesses that fail because of cash flow problems,
Absolutely,
right? So
absolutely.
just really important to get a handle on what's going on in your business. So, can you share with us, in your wide experience and everything? Can you share with us three or more, I don't know, key
Okay.
factors that build a company that will have financial success?
Yes, I would love to share this with you. Well, we specialize in the beauty industry, and we work with service-based small businesses, which small businesses is anything from $15 million a year and much less. So you can imagine the need of what we do. So a great, quick, relevant factors that make a business successful, whether you're starting a business or you're in the middle of it, or you're like at one of those who are in the seventh year, right?
Hmm.
Most important thing is to, right now I'm working with a specific client who's opening a new academy in the service industry. and a nail salon as well. So what will be a great advice for anybody who's opening or anybody who's in the middle of this mess is three things. First of all, I would say know exactly 100% what do you want out of your business? What is
Right.
that business going to serve you? And in terms of professionally, how do you want to be in this business? Let's say you're a plumber, okay, or let's say you're a lawyer, right? So, or you're a hairdresser, and you wanted to have a business that serve you. In what way you want to serve the business? Do you want to be the producer inside your business, or do you want to run a business that has more than just one producers? It's a huge questions that you need to answer before you go into anything. Now, if your dream is to have more freedom in your life, so you can be with your family, so you can do things, so you want to do some other project in your life, then you cannot be the producers, right? You cannot
Right.
be inside your business. So know exactly how you want to show up in your business. Go to somebody who look at businesses around you that you know are successful, that are profitable, and say, this is who I want to have a business just like that, because
Right.
there's something about them that are very successful. So find out, number one, what do you want the business to do for you in terms of professional, which means time. Second of all is understand how much money you want to take home. What is the
Right.
capital? Not really revenue. I mean, not really profitable, but what do you want to take back home? What is that amount of money? And don't be afraid, and don't feel shame if you want to say, I want this much money, right? Because it's important to know what are you going to do with that money. And so that needs to um, give you that satisfaction and fulfillment, even
Right.
though money doesn't is not everything, but it touches everything. So
Right.
that is the number two things that I would highly recommend. And the third thing is, I would say, learn how a good CEO operates their business. And
Mm.
that means have fun. Don't take yourself way too serious.
Right.
Yeah, don't, because life is serious enough.
Hmm.
Life is hard enough. I will tell you that last sentence, the number three thing is to learn how to become a good CEO. That means learn how to be a good leader, a good visionary, how to delegate, how to build the right system. Those are the things that are going to give you, in combination of the number one and the number two, a really successful model that the company works for you instead of you working for the company.
Totally. I completely agree with all of that. Just had a conversation with somebody the other day, and I was like, "Well, how much money do you want to take out of the business every month?" And and he was like, "I don't know." I'm like, "Okay, well, got to know that, because from that place we can reverse engineer everything else, right?"
Exactly.
Speaking of leadership, I will share this. I am reading this book.
Oh, you said that to me. I have not yet to take that. I have to read that.
This book
Is a
is
badass. He's a
fucking
badass.
phenomenal.
No kidding. Well, why?
Honestly, I
Tell me
have
about it.
not have not read Vishen's other books. I'm off the screen here, but I haven't read his other books, and I have heard they're good. But I am reading this book with my team in my
Okay.
business,
Okay.
and we're only on chapter one. However, I am blown away,
No
and
kidding.
I do a lot of education, and I love me some self-development and learning stuff. But
Yeah, totally.
this, if you are trying to be improve, like be a better CEO, be a better leader for your team, or your organization, that book is really good.
No, okay. It's really good that you brought it up, because I had a conversation with one of our clients yesterday, and the conversation, Michelle, was about um, it was about this one of her staff members who walked into the salon as a receptionist and then became a coordinator of the salon. And now she's taken upon responsibility of digital marketing, and her aspiration is to be the salon manager and really become a leader. But she's having a hard time learning how to communicate to the staff.
Right.
And the owner on the other side, or who is the leader and the visionary of the company, having a hard time letting her become her full potential.
Right.
And one of the things, and tell me what you think about it, Michelle, because this is something that I processed last night, and your book is an answer to my processing, obviously, as life happens for us. The number one thing she says to me, she is not ready to be a salon manager. She is not ready to be where it is. And I said, well, why not? Well, you start from the beginning. You can't just, after being here for 1 year, you can't just imagine to yourself that she can become a manager. There's so much to learn. I'm not a great leader. So I said to her, well, let's think about it. When you hire a teacher that just graduated from university as a teacher, you're not going to give them the ability to teach because they just finished something and they're not ready for something. You got to
Yeah.
provide them with tools to become better all the time. And you
Yeah,
can't
like
limit them.
I agree. And in that conversation, so the coach in me, I hear a bunch of limiting beliefs for that business owner
Yeah.
as to the capacity for other people to take a leadership role. Um, and that was something for me in my development of leadership and in being the CEO of Alchemy, was changing my beliefs about people that come onto my team. I
Mm,
had a really strong belief that good people were hard to find. Nobody could keep up with me. All the stuff, right?
yeah.
People were a waste of space, like they
Yeah.
couldn't deliver, all this kind of stuff, right? I had to change that, and I had different people show up in my company
Yeah.
to meet my new belief. So there's that piece there around the mindset of the business owner, and for that gal who's trying to like learn, she's got a great vision, and so
Yeah.
clearing out any limiting beliefs that she would have about her capacity to have that role is really important. But also, like, I think people will meet the expectations that we set for them,
Hmm.
and we can hold them accountable to higher levels of development, right? So
Absolutely.
yeah, so I think to me, like, that's a dream come true for somebody to have a staff member come in and be wanting to take on
Yeah.
more and more things, right? It also reminds me, because you and I are both profit first professionals,
Hmm.
and it reminds me of Mike McAlevitz's story of his assistant. I
Yeah.
can't remember her name, but she came in as his assistant and is now the president of the company.
Yeah. Kelsey.
Kelsey, right. That's phenomenal. Like,
Mhm.
that's what I want. I
Yeah.
want somebody to come in as my assistant and, like, own that and grow
Yeah.
and end up being the president of Alchemy.
And
Like,
I
that
love it. Yeah.
is the
Because,
dream.
Michelle, be honest, I ran 3 companies, and each one of them were very successful, but they were not successful just because of me. They were
Right?
successful because the people who I worked with were phenomenal. Did I think they were phenomenal at every time? No. Over the past 17, or maybe I would say 20 years, I probably worked with over 200 employees.
Mhm.
And I want to say that maybe 50% of those employees were something that I've learned from so much about how to be better at my job.
Mm.
And the other 50%, I ignored the learning from them
Right.
because I always thought there's something wrong with them. And in matter of fact, maybe 5% of the staff, maybe something was wrong with them. But The other 95%, it was me learning how to become better as a leader. And I will tell you that as I gotten older, I found out that there is one thing that, or three things that could make a phenomenal dream team in your company. Do you want me to share?
Yeah, absolutely.
Um, you have to have the same values.
Mhm.
And what I mean by values is, we all talk about what's your values. And that's something I've learned with you when we did David Bayer together. Um, Values, yes, there's a big word values, which means integrity, honesty, loyalty, all of that. Yes, these are good values, but I'm not talking about the big words values, because if that's what we're talking about with our staff members, then there's a problem there if we're talking about them.
Right,
The
right,
values that needs to be identified as, what what are your hobbies? What do you like about humanity? Those are the values. For example, the values: I love education, I thrive by education, I love self-improvement, I thrive by that, I love travel, I thrive by travel. I don't want to work more than 40 hours a week because that's all I want to put in. I want to make this kind of money. I'm intrigued by real estate. I'm intrigued by, those are the things that you need to identify. What drive you, and what do you like, and how do you want to work, and how do you want to show up in this life, and find out who out there wants the same thing,
right.
you know and that's number one. These are the values that I share with you. So let's say you're, I don't know, you're taking an Uber ride, and you end up getting stuck in an Uber ride for 2 hours in traffic, and one of your staff member is sitting with you. You want to have a good conversation,
Right.
not sitting down there
Totally.
saying, "Holy shit, I'm stuck in traffic right now with this person." Right?
Right.
So
Totally. Oh my god.
so that's kind of like the two things. And then you have to be very flexible. You have to be very flexible and see, how together you can tango, how you can together tango, and empower them to grow.
I
Yeah.
love that. I
Thank
love
you.
that.
Thank
So
you.
good. So speaking of growth, everybody's trying to grow their business, right? Um, and obviously, to grow our business, we need to be working with the right people. Right now, I
Mhm.
consider the right people people who we want to work with, and who value our services. What do you feel is crucial in attracting the ideal client?
Um, know who you want to work with.
Mhm.
So, and that's very difficult to ask yourself, kind of like what you said, when somebody is asking how much money you want to make, and most of the people say, I don't know. That's because it's coming from some sort of old story in your past of who you want to, how much money you want to work. You have some sort of a hangout. Same thing with, who do you want to work with?
Mhm.
Don't be shame about wanting to work with specific person. And I'll
Right.
give an example from my background. Um, when I was a hairdresser, and I wanted to be known as, whoever known about Ronit, they know that when they come to Ronit, they leave very, very confident. They feel beautiful, and they inspired to go ahead and climb Mount Everest. There's nothing in the world that's going to stop them from
I
doing that.
love that.
So it wasn't about creating that haircut. It wasn't about creating that beautiful hair color, but the feeling that they left, that's what I wanted them to feel. And I thought it can be like this for everybody, but what I found out is it doesn't work with everybody.
Right.
And basically when somebody came to work with me and I could tell that I could not work with them, I would say, I am probably the wrong hairdresser for you. I would
Mm.
love to give you right now, even I don't know, I'll pay for your Uber ride and I'll give you who to go to, because it
Wow.
wasn't going to work for both of us. us and it's not fair for you. I don't need your money. I don't want to take your money if we're not going to have that beautiful tango dance. So know who you want to work with. Know what do you want to do. Do you want to specialize in curly hair? Do you want to specialize in e-commerce bookkeeping? Do you want to specialize in e-commerce accounting? Do you want to work with realtors? Do you want to work with, who do you want to work with? Who is your persona that
Mhm,
you can thrive and give even more? That
mm,
is the most. So in order to know who it is, go back to your values. The
mhm.
same set of values of what you're looking in your staff is the same values that you're looking in your ideal client.
Right.
So,
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. I think that's so important, right? Is like, and often our ideal client is a version of ourselves in some form or another. So,
oh yeah,
and
absolutely.
yeah, and we are, we spend so much time in our business usually as an entrepreneur, right? We're excited by it. It can become our passion. It can become overwhelming for sure. Um, how do you think that um, we can always find that energy and inspiration to keep moving forward and really building this company of our dreams?
Well, follow Michelle posts on Facebook because that is major inspiration, and I mean it. For anybody who's listening to me and have not yet to see Michelle post on Facebook on how she finds inspiration, her your Michelle, I learned from you so much. I do. I listen to your value shares of your stories that happens that day that you share with us. It to me that's an inspiration. So you need, as a leader, as an owner, and I hope I'm answering it the right way. As a
There's no
leader,
wrong way.
okay, good, thank you. As a leader, exactly. As a leader and an entrepreneur, we need to re-energize ourselves as often as possible. And whatever it takes. Does it take, first of all, hire a great coach. Just
Mhm.
don't leave a day in your life without a dog and a coach. Those are the
Right?
two things.
Oh my
Absolutely.
God. Oh my God.
Absolutely.
I
Uh,
agree.
One thing I've learned about a lot also from you is your limited beliefs. Everybody's using those words right now, but these are not just words. Really dig inside your soul and write down every day, what do you want as a lifestyle? What is your lifestyle? Right now, as you can look, I'm sitting in an Airstream, and um, 4 years ago, or actually 6 years ago, when my children left the house and they decided they are not going back to the East Coast, they're going to be in the West Coast. Right then, Bill and I, my husband, knew that we need to create a business that works for us so we can visit our children whenever we want to, my family in Israel, his family and all over the country. And we created a business that works for ourselves. So don't be afraid to know exactly what you want and make that happen. And in order for you to make that happen, every day, I would say, read something inspirational. Write a journal for at least 20 minutes. Create your chart of what you want to accomplish today. Only three things, not more than that.
Right?
Follow the people that inspire you. Follow the people that support you. Follow the people that really want you to be successful, and everybody else do away with.
Yeah.
Those are the things that I think you need to re energize your
I
spirit.
completely agree. I completely agree. And I love that you and Bill are traveling around and going here, there, and everywhere. I think it's awesome, especially at a time where many people can't travel. I'm jealous because I don't like, obviously, in Canada, where I live, it's colder, like across the country. It's not like I can go south. I live in the most southern part. And so I can't get any hotter. I was talking to um, Wendy, my friend Wendy, yesterday, Wendy, and I was like, I just want to go to Arizona. Like, I just want to be in the desert in the heat. Like,
Yeah.
it's been a long time. Feels
And you
like a long.
can't fly it, right, Michelle? The border is still closed, right?
The border's closed, so, yeah, it's not like it's essential travel only, right?
Yeah.
So, and,
So I
I
guess
have to
you're gonna have
consider
yeah,
things, right?
maybe get, a tanning bed because that's warm and nice.
That's the thing. I actually got a subscription, a monthly subscription to, like, a tanning salon. They have an infrared bed. And so it's not that hot, but there's a bit of heat there, right?
Yeah,
And infrared is good for like detox and building collagen, right? So
yeah,
I go there and I lie there and meditate for 20 minutes on the infrared bed. And then I hop over to the tanning bed and I just like sizzle for 5 minutes just to get a little bit of
yeah,
heat in my
heat.
bones,
Yeah,
right?
you have to. The B12
So
has to be injected somehow.
totally, totally. So, thank you so much for everything you shared. I love the work that you do. We have some shared clients. They are so much fun to work with. Oh my God, they're amazing. And I remember back at PLE meeting Kalina and Tina. I can't
Mm.
remember if there was somebody else I met.
Charlene and Stacy.
Oh, yeah, yeah, and, it was just so much fun. We took all the kinds of selfies possible and such great energy, and, I'm so grateful to have gotten to know you, within the David Bear community, and I love the work that you're doing, in the world, the impact that you're creating, and I recommend you to everybody I come across that like, um, has some kind of salon, I'm like, "You need to follow Ronit. You need to," like, she's so, smart in this arena. So,
Thank you, Michelle. And it's an honor to be on your show.
oh, thank you.
It's an honor to work with you on any type of capacity. And I always look in the future to always build some more ways that we can work together. And, if we can help our clients to achieve their dreams, then
That's
work
all
is
that matters.
done. Yeah,
Totally,
yeah.
totally.
And for us to achieve our dream that way too. So,
Right? You're
yeah.
right. Driving across the United States in your Airstream, I think that's phenomenal.
Thank you.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you. Yeah,
Awesome.
and this is our studio, so you can see us. This is that
Fantastic.
background is real, guys. It's not a Zoom background. It is real. Yeah, and it was, Michelle, it was 30 degrees this morning. It
Oh,
was. It
wow.
was cold. Yeah. So you have a generator, and it provides heat. So
Yeah, awesome, awesome. All right, everybody. I encourage you to say yes to the mess. If you've got a messy financial situation, you might want to give us a call. If you got a messy business situation, you might want to give Renee a call. We're all here to support you. Don't worry about the shame, the embarrassment, the judgment. None of that exists where we live, and where we reside and work. And just say yes to the mess. Embrace it, love it. It got you to the point that you're at, and here's to moving forward. See you
I
guys
love
later.
it. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.
Bye.